Greetings, everyone. It's Glenn Kellaway coming to you from the basement. Hope everyone is doing well. Fresh off the release of the Beatles Revolver Deluxe edition that everyone's been talking about and enjoying. There's a million videos out there. It's great to see everybody so excited about the Beatles. And so I thought I wanted to talk about not only the Revolver Deluxe set, but all the deluxe sets. There's 5 of them now. And what's the general consensus looking back on how they've released them and what they look like and the remixes, the whole thing? It started with the Sgt. Pepper one that came out. The point I want to make is they designed this a certain way, and I love the design on the Pepper box. It's got the slip cover and the whole thing. I love the thickness of it. It stands up great on my shelf. But look at that, and then they came out with the White Album set. So this is the CD set for the White Album. Let's see. I'll hold them like this. Notice any difference? Anything striking to you about the difference in these things? Well, they both have a slipcover. Size. Why did they do this when they did this to start off with? Like, why not consistent? There's no consistency. So the next ones are all the same size, but it's still. Then they started to come out with this rather than a slipcover. They could have made that thicker, made the book or added just some little things in it to make it, more appealing. Like, I just would have liked them all the same size. That would have been really interesting to me to do that. And the same with Revolver. This won't stand up on my shelf like this. Like, I like to stand them up. I display them like that on my shelves. And these won't stand up on their own without something behind them. Even Revolver. It's too thin. Come on. Make it the same as Pepper. Look at. See, this won't stand up. On my shelf, I can't stand it up and display it like that. So that kind of bugs me. So that's the first big negative for me, is consistency. I don't understand a marketing department, packaging development, whoever's in charge of that, why they didn't pick up on that. A big failure in my opinion. So the sets themselves. The Pepper one is absolutely, I think, incredible. It came. Now they've all kind of done this with the CDs. They put a what looks like a record vinyl album and housed the discs. So Pepper was 6 discs, and came with the book and all the goodies and everything. There's like posters and the replica of the Mr. Kite poster and things like that. Like they did this set really well. So 6 discs. Oh my God, hard to sit in this chair and handle all these things properly. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm trying to find. Okay, so CD 1 was a new stereo mix. Disc 2 is sessions. Disc 3 is sessions. Disc 4 is mono album and bonus tracks. And then there's a Blu-ray and a DVD. The Blu-ray audio, I'm assuming, is 5.1. It says stereo content, video content. I'm not sure because I don't have 5.1. That if it is or not, someone can correct me. I know there's a lot of fans of 5.1 audio, so I'm assuming that if it is, then you guys are very happy about that. The next set, the White Album set, like I said, it's just the design just leaves something lacking. Now, if you these are the CDs, but so is that. If you bought the vinyl, obviously it's the same size as a vinyl record, but you don't get all the content. And they did a good job on here. Again, 6 CDs. So there's lots of content in the first 2. Lots. That's what makes them. And the White Album has the Escher demos, which are fantastic. They're the really on all the outtakes on all of these sets. How often do you go back and listen to them? They're kind of like just a historical document and of interest for a few listens, and then you kind of just gravitate to listening to the either remix of the album, put this back on your shelf, or go back to your original mix if you like that better. I think most people do that, but the Escher demos I go back to quite a bit on the White Album. I think they're fantastic. Now, Abbey Road, I believe, was next on the list of releases. I'm not a fan of this. I'd like to make it thicker, give me a slipcover, and add a bit more stuff in there, posters, whatever you want to add. I don't care. Just give me some trinkets. That's fine, but just make the box more substantial. Make them all the same size. Come on. This came with a nice book. Like, they all come with these beautiful books. You can't complain about the classiness of the sets. Now, the book also contains the discs. So you got 4 discs with Abbey Road. You get 2 in the front, 2 in the back. I personally would like to see a separate housed CD collection and separate from the book. That would make it maybe more bulky and more substantial. You get the 2019 mix. You get a Blu-ray audio. Now, this one was definitely 5.1, I believe. High-res stereo, yes, 5.1. I'm assuming Pepper was too. And then you get 2 discs of sessions. Not as many sessions as you got with the White Album. Next came Let It Be. Now, I bought Let It Be on vinyl, but again, that's just perfectly uniform. It works great right beside Pepper. It's awesome. Why didn't they make them all like that? Bugs me. Bugs me. The only reason I bought the vinyl for this one and bought the CDs for all the other is because I wanted this on vinyl. I prefer listening to outtakes on CD than vinyl. I hate if there are some that I do like and I want to go back to. I don't want to be skipping my needle on the arm all over the record. I just want to be able to click my little remote and skip the tracks and say, hey, check this out on a CD. It's much easier. And who cares with the sound quality if the vinyl versus the CD on outtakes. This is when they started doing the EPs on these. So I guess that's become fashionable now to the Beatles. The first ones didn't do EPs, so now all of a sudden they decided we needed EPs. Although, even though they could have given you an entire album of more outtakes or something, they decided to limit it to 2 songs. Whatever the single was at the time when the albums came out. Again, the obligatory book, which is always good, like I said, no problem. Again, I would like the slipcover. Okay, so the only 2 I'm happy with in terms of size are Pepper and Let It Be. Okay, now we've got Let It Be, or the final one that just came out, Revolver. For some reason, they opened it up on the wrong side. Like, if you buy an album, if you buy a record, it opens up the other way. Like, you're looking at the album and you pull it out like this. Here I'm pulling it out like this. So I'm not quite sure. And again, they didn't make it Like, I can't stand it up. It won't stand on its own. The book probably is weighs heavier than the other side, so that leans towards the book. I don't like that. I want to display it like this, Beatles, like this. It's important to me. Oh, so what's my favorite of them all? It's Pepper. I think phenomenal slipcover. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Love the design of this. The set is like really massive. I love the extras. I love having the poster. I love having the poster of Mr. Kite. I like now musical content. Number one is the White Album for me. It's got the best musical content, but I freaking hate the packaging. So if I rank them, I rank Pepper number one. I rank Let It Be number two. I would probably rank the White Album number three based on content only. It gets no points for design. I would rate Revolver 4, and I would rate Abbey Road last. I actually, even the mix of Abbey Road is not as good as the original mix, whereas I am gravitating to the new remixes on the other four. Abbey Road, I would prefer to listen to my original mix. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you watching, and sorry I had to fluff and get all like I don't have much room to work with here, so this isn't nothing like a professional video, and this is nothing like a professional video, as they say. So have a great day, everyone. Take care.